Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Wednesday, November 22nd, the day before Thanksgiving. No, it's not Thanksgiving. It is the day before. It's this horrible travel day. I hope no one's traveling. I hope you are where you need to be. If you are just sitting in traffic and you need something to do, don't forget, we've got a whole back catalog of shows. So, just make sure you've got that. And if you haven't heard all of our other stuff, go to the website, jillonmoney.com, and click the Contact Us button if you've got a question. But also there's all these other shows. There's Mark, we have a YouTube channel. We have all the video content. You could really waste a lot of time listening to my voice. Just think, Mark does it every day. He's just so sick of my voice. If you're on the website and you've got a financial question, click the Contact Us button, complete the form. Let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. Mark does everything else. Today, we are joined by Joe from Minnesota. Hi, Joe. What's going on? How can we help you out?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. How are you both?
We are amazing. Tell us what's happening and how we can do something to advance your situation.
Yes, thank you. Well, we have kind of a student loan dilemma that we would love your input on. With repayment going back into effect, we wanted to know, my husband and I wanted to know your thoughts on whether you think public loan forgiveness will still be around in a few years. Because we have kind of a dilemma. We have a large amount that's owed at a very high interest rate. And we've done a lot of calculations to see if it's worth trying to pay it off early or waiting to see if the public service loan forgiveness could benefit us.
All right, we got to get some facts. How old are you, Joe?
I am 40.
How old's your husband?
He is 43.
What's the outstanding loan amount? Is it for both of you combined or one or both? What's going on?
Yes, it's just for him.
Okay, how much? I'm going to be nauseous, I'm sure. So what is the amount of money that is loaned amount to?
As of today, $476,000.
Stop it. A doctor?
Yes.
Of course. Mark, you see this? The interest rate varies from what to what about?
So it's 7.5, but we have the 0.25% off for auto pay. So it's currently at 7.25 consolidated federal loan.
And how long has he held these loans?
He consolidated in 2018.
Right now, is he working for profit or not for profit?
Currently for nonprofit.
Okay, currently nonprofit. How long has he been doing that?
So he started at this position about 2 years ago.
And was he making payments during forbearance or not?
He was not, no.
Right now, he's just started repayment, a couple months ago. And that's where we stand, right?
No, so that's another wrench in this.
Tell me.
The loan company, they moved his loan, and it's currently on administrative forbearance. And we don't know why, until December of 2024. So there's a zero payment due, but interest is accruing. But any payment that we even make right now will not count towards those 120 payments needed for forgiveness. So we have tried numerous times. He's actually on hold right now with the loan company.
Oh, boy.
So it's a big predicament. We've gone through a bunch of, we just don't know what the payment's going to be. He's also applied and been approved for the SAVE plan, where you can have 10% of your discretionary income. But we also don't know what that payment would be. So there's no payment posted. We have no idea what the current payment is going to be.
This is like flying blind. How are we going to make a decision for you? I don't really get it. I mean, not to be coy with you because you're living it in real time, but I mean, so right now, what is your current payment that you will have? So you're on this administrative forbearance, but what is the monthly payment currently?
It's blank. There's nothing.
Really?
Because before his loan was sold, everything there's no backlog of anything. That's why we keep trying to call to get a hold of someone. So we've talked to numerous financial planners trying to get should we do a lump payment towards it and try to get the principal down? But if we don't know how many payments are verified towards the 120 payments either. So we could have as much as 7 years left or as little as 4.5 years left. So it's like this huge variance, and we can't get a solid answer of a good path.
I don't even know what to say about this. Mark, would you like to help me on this, please? Because I really have no idea.
You got to figure at some point here soon, maybe even today, when the husband gets off the phone, they're going to have some sense of how much time is remaining, how much credit they've established towards the payments. And the question of will public loan forgiveness still be around? I mean, I tend to think it will be. So I would pursue that path.
I am much more encouraged by public loan forgiveness today than I was even a few years ago, because I think the program is getting beefed up a little bit, and it's very difficult to take that away. So I almost would like try to get that going sooner rather than later, but I don't know what it takes. Like, it's not like you can walk into a branch and demand service. You know, it's impossible. Is there someone at the hospital or in the place where your husband works that has any experience right now with this?
There is not. We have tried to talk to anybody that can guide us. And the people, when we've gotten through to the loan company, it's been like no answer.
We're just
saying, because there was that big paperwork jumbled, his loan has been sold so many times, like they don't have the correct paperwork to make the decision. But the worst part is it's like we're just waiting and interest is accruing, but it says that nothing is due. So, I mean, we would love to make any type of payment to have it towards the 120 payments, but we can't.
Totally. Yeah. I want to get the clock started.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
How much is he earning, by the way?
So combined, we are at 388.
How much money do you guys have in cash?
About 160.
And invested, like non-retirement investments?
So non-retirement. So we have a brokerage.
Yep.
We have 185. So that, I guess, would be kind of like we've earmarked that to put some of that towards it.
And then what about retirement accounts? What do you have?
574 between 401k and Roth.
Oh, man. I mean, it's so weird because I almost feel like you're on the path to actually be able to pay this thing off just because you make a lot of money. But I don't want you to pay anything when I could maybe, if he's happy working in a nonprofit, it would be better if you could take advantage of the fact that loan forgiveness could wipe a lot of this away and it could actually allow you to save money elsewhere, right?
And it may even be only 4.5 years away.
I mean, it is so shocking to me that you cannot get an answer, but it's not, right? It's like horrible. And I don't think that there's a better way to get around this except to say, anybody listening in Minnesota, I tell you what, I would be interested if you could talk to a congressperson. I almost wonder if this is like one of those things, Mark, where you start squawking with a representative that could help you out. I mean, I would do anything. This to me is probably a coding problem that somewhere around the process of selling the loan back and forth, that all of a sudden the account got coded in such a way that it says administrative forbearance. Like, for what? How did that happen? Other than that, I don't have a lot of great ideas. It would be, I do think loan forgiveness will stick around. I think it may be that like maybe you get an answer in 3 years, unfortunately. And you might fight, but I don't know. I really don't know. I cannot give you an answer because this is like, there's a whole bunch of variables missing in this and we cannot get them until we find out what's going on.
So would you recommend putting a lump sum toward it, or would you just wait?
I'm not willing to do that right now because I want to exhaust the public loan forgiveness. But in the meantime, while you're not making payments, I would squirrel away as much money as I could in your non-qualified account. I think that what we have to do is you have to do exactly what you're doing, which is like you have to hammer away and get the information.
Yeah, and he sent in all of the paperwork that verifies employment, verifies past employment, all of the things that they have asked, he's sent in numerous times. And then every 10 days, it's like your answer is still, or your email is still in the queue. We'll let you know in another 10 days if we have any.
I'm going to kill myself right now for you.
It's like the most frustrating thing because we have talked to so many people asking like, what should we do? Should we just try and like spend as little as possible and just pay it off as soon as we can and just not deal with it anymore? But then if there's a potential to save hundreds of thousands of dollars, why would we want to give up that benefit? Like that's, our kids' college funds. So
exactly.
But then what if it goes away and then we're on the hook for almost $1 million after interest has accrued for years?
Oh my God. We got to make a decision faster. I feel like we have to make a decision. Anyone who has help. I mean, you've been trying to fight this for 2 years now?
Well, we've been really trying to get down to it because it was in forbearance, like nothing was going on, but there was still no answers because those $0 were still counting towards the public loan forgiveness. So it's really been since, I would say, like July, just like endless, like resubmitting forms and calling and emailing and trying to get an answer.
You know what I would do? Wait a second. Why don't you contact this is a great story for like your local, like call WCCO television, your local paper, and say, let me tell you about this story. I'm not the only person who has this situation. Like, I am stuck. You need some publicity. So I feel like if we shame these people, we might get into be able to get something. Until then, I will say, let's at least keep like banging away at this. I think if you really haven't heard anything like past the holidays, when you get to like January, February, then we're going to have to make a different decision and probably start paying it down, because I don't want it to accrue and have it get away from you. And that would be like 6-8 months, right?
Yes. I mean, let's see, in 1 month, it's been $6,000 in interest.
Oof. Keep working it. I mean, I thank you for giving us a holler, but man, I wish we could do more for you. These are the crazy making moments of life where you're saying, I feel like this is a total catch-22. If you're caught in one of these, give us a holler. Go to JillOnMoney.com and click the contact us button. We may not be able to do much more than give you like spitball ideas with you, but you know what? It's the least we can do, because this is crazy making. If you've got any sort of question like that, go to JillOnMoney.com, click the contact us button, complete the form. We'll bring you on the air and check out all the content that lives on the website. Don't forget to leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. Put your hands metaphorically on someone's back, especially Joe and her husband, because man, someone's trying to drive them crazy. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.